Waiting. Ugh. It is one of the hardest things we do, isn't it? Especially when you feel like you've done everything you're supposed to do. You've prayed, you've put in the work, you've kept the faith, but you're still just stuck. Stuck in that hallway, just waiting for a single door to open. So today, we're going to dive into what it really means to trust God's timing, especially when He seems completely silent.
You know, it's the question that just bounces around in your head in the quiet moments. Why is this taking so long? And then the other questions start to creep in. Did I hear God wrong? Am I doing something wrong? Man, those questions can get so loud when it feels like your prayers are just hitting the ceiling.
And that feeling of just being stuck, it's so real. The opportunity you've been working for, it hasn't shown up. The breakthrough you need just feels constantly delayed. And in that empty space, doubt starts to whisper that, hey, maybe it's just not going to happen for you.
But hang on, let's reframe this for a second. What if this season of waiting isn't a sign that God's forgotten you or that you're being punished? What if it's actually a period of intense, very intentional preparation for what's just around the corner?
To really get our heads around this, let's look at one of the most powerful stories of waiting ever told. It's a story that has it all: a huge dream, a brutal delay, and then a breakthrough that came in an instant. So let's follow the journey of this guy Joseph. When he's just 17, he gets this incredible technicolor dream from God about his future. But what happens next? It's not a promotion, it's a pit, it's betrayal, it's a prison cell for 13 long years. His reality was the absolute opposite of the promise. Think about that. From 17 to 30, his life was on hold.
And here's the crazy part. Look at the contrast. After 13 years of silence, of hardship, of being totally forgotten, one single word changes everything. Quickly. Not slowly, not eventually, but quickly. When his moment finally came, it happened all at once. It was sudden.
So the most important lesson from Joseph's story is this: what feels like a soul-crushing delay to us is often divine preparation. God was getting Joseph ready in private, down in that prison, for the public role He had for him in the palace. The waiting had a purpose all along.
And this brings us to that huge question, why? I mean, if God has this great plan, why all the long, painful waits? Well, it's because every season of waiting is also a season of shaping.
See, the heart of the issue is our perspective versus God's. We see our lives in little snapshots, this moment of frustration, this closed door right now. But God sees the entire movie, the full story, from beginning to end. His timing is never rushed and it's never late. It is always intentional. He isn't just preparing the blessing for you, He's preparing you for the blessing.
So why the wait? Well, there are at least 3 big reasons. First, to develop our character, so we can actually handle the opportunity when it arrives. Second, to align all the circumstances we can't see, the right people, the right places, the perfect timing. And third, to deepen our dependence on Him instead of just relying on our own strength and plans.
In this verse, oh man, it just perfectly captures that first point. Perseverance, that ability to patiently endure, it has a job to do in us. Its whole purpose is to make us mature and complete. See, God often delays the what to strengthen the who. He's building a foundation of patience and humility that can actually hold the weight of success when it comes. Okay, so we get the why, but how do we actually live through it, right? How do we thrive in a season of waiting and not just barely survive it? Let's get into some real, practical steps.
Here are 3 really powerful things you can do. First, keep worshiping. Seriously, praise has a way of breaking the heaviness of waiting. Second, stay faithful right where you are. Joseph was promoted from the prison not because he complained his way out, but because he served faithfully in the prison. And third, watch your words. You have to speak life over your situation.
This is so important. Instead of always saying, nothing's ever going to change, start declaring, God is working behind the scenes for my good. You've got to use your words to agree with the promise, not with your temporary frustration.
All right, let's finish up by strengthening our resolve here. Let's actively start affirming the truth about our season of waiting, because your suddenly moment, just like Joseph's, it is on its way.
Let's start with this foundational truth. You might even want to say it out loud with me. Delay is not denial. That is a crucial mindset shift you have to hold on to when you feel discouraged.
Okay, here's the next one. God is working in the unseen. It's such a powerful reminder that just because you can't see the progress doesn't mean it isn't happening.
And finally, let's make this personal. Say this to yourself. I am growing while I wait. This season is not a waste. It is actively shaping you for your purpose.
And here's the promise that's attached to waiting well. It's not about losing your strength, it's about renewing it. The waiting process itself actually becomes a source of power.
So if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this. Waiting is never, ever wasted time in God's economy. Every single moment is preparation for your promotion. So don't let impatience rob you of the peace that comes from just trusting the process.
And we're going to end with this powerful promise. Your dream, your breakthrough, it has an appointed time. It might feel like it's taking forever, but the instruction is so simple. Wait for it. Why? Because it will surely come. The real question isn't if it's going to happen, but if we'll be ready when it does.
Want to start your week with power, peace, and purpose? Join the Affirm Your Greatness community, where faith meets mindset, all for just $9 a month or $50 a year. This is your space to speak life, grow boldly, and walk in God's promises. Affirm your greatness, speak life, live boldly.
Now available on Amazon.com. Unlock the transformative power of positive affirmations with this essential guide by certified personal development coach and motivational speaker, Dennis of DennisMotivates.com. In Affirm Your Greatness, you'll discover the science behind affirmations and learn how to craft personalized affirmations that resonate with your unique journey. Get your copy today. Find the link in the description. Thanks.